Have you ever thought about how a single court case can change the world? It's hard to imagine, but one verdict has the power to shake a nation, spark debates for decades, and even alter history. From political scandals to monumental battles for equality, some court cases have dramatically reshaped our understanding of justice. In today's video, we're diving into some of the most jaw-dropping and controversial trials in history. Trust me, these cases will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the law. Stick with me as we explore the courtrooms where history was made. United States versus Nixon, 1972. All right, let's start with Nixon, a name that forever changed the face of American politics. Back in 1972, 5 men were caught breaking into the Democratic National Committee's headquarters in Washington, D.C. They were trying to gather dirt on the Democrats to give Nixon's campaign an unfair advantage. As investigations progressed, evidence pointed to President Nixon himself, and suddenly, things got real messy. Nixon refused to hand over the tapes that could link him to the break-in, citing something called executive privilege. But the Supreme Court wasn't having it and ruled unanimously that he had to release those tapes. And guess what? He did, and it led to his resignation in 1974. The Watergate scandal exposed corruption at the highest levels and left a permanent scar on the nation. It showed how even the most powerful people could be held accountable in the courtroom. Pretty intense, right? State versus Norman, North Carolina, 1980. Now let's talk about Judy Norman, a woman who found herself in a heartbreaking situation. After enduring years of abuse from her husband, Judy finally reached a breaking point. One night, she shot him while he was sleeping. She said it was self-defense, considering the mental and physical torment she'd been through. But the court didn't see it that way. Instead, the court found her guilty of voluntary manslaughter. Many people thought the justice system had failed her. It started a huge conversation about how self-defense laws often don't take long-term abuse into account. Judy's case opened a lot of eyes to the challenges victims of domestic violence face when trying to protect themselves. It was a turning point for the way we think about justice for abuse survivors. Obergefell versus Hodges, 2015. Fast forward to 2015, when Jim Obergefell and his partner John Arthur took a fight to the Supreme Court that would change U.S. history. They were married in Maryland, where same-sex marriage was legal, but when they moved to Ohio, their marriage wasn't recognized. They weren't going to back down, though. Jim took it to the Supreme Court, challenging the laws that banned same-sex marriage in many states. And guess what happened? The Supreme Court ruled that all 50 states had to recognize same-sex marriages. This decision was massive, ensuring equality for same-sex couples in the eyes of the law. It was a huge victory for LGBTQ+ rights and a step forward for love and acceptance. People celebrated the ruling as love triumphing over discrimination, and it's still remembered as a landmark decision. State of Tennessee versus John Thomas Scopes, 1925. Okay, now this one's an old, but good. The Scopes monkey trial in 1925. John Scopes, a high school science teacher in Tennessee, got in big trouble for teaching Darwin's theory of evolution, which was illegal at the time in Tennessee. This trial quickly became a showdown between science and religion. On one side, we had William Jennings Bryan, who was all about creationism, and on the other, we had Clarence Darrow, one of the most famous defense lawyers in the country. Scopes was found guilty, but his case opened up a national conversation about science and education. It highlighted the separation of church and state and how evolution needed to be treated as part of modern education. It may have been a loss in court, but it sparked a cultural shift in how people viewed education and religion in schools. Bush versus Gore, 2000. Let's go to the 2000 presidential election, where things got so close it came down to a single state, Florida. George W. Bush and Al Gore were neck and neck, and the voting process was a disaster. After an automatic recount, it became a huge mess. Then, the Florida Supreme Court ruled that a manual recount should take place, but Bush challenged it, leading the Supreme Court to step in. In a controversial decision, the court halted the recount, which meant Bush won, even though Gore had won the popular vote. This ruling split the nation, and many people felt the decision was unfair. It left a lasting mark on U.S. election law and raised major questions about how votes are counted. The case showed us how much power the court has in determining election outcomes. State of Florida versus George Zimmerman, 2012. In 2012, the death of Trayvon Martin sparked outrage across the U.S. Trayvon, an unarmed 17-year-old, was shot by George Zimmerman, a neighborhood watch volunteer. Zimmerman said it was self-defense, but many believed that Trayvon was targeted because of his race. The trial became one of the most high-profile cases in recent memory, raising debates about racial profiling, gun laws, and self-defense. Zimmerman was charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter, but after a long and publicized trial, the jury found him not guilty. The verdict sparked protests and led to the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement. This case highlighted how race and justice are intertwined in the U.S., and it remains a focal point in the fight for racial equality. Casey Anthony Trial, 2011. In 2008, Casey Anthony's 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, went missing, and the case turned into a nationwide search. Months later, Kaylee's remains were found near the family's home, and Casey was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Despite conflicting statements and evidence, the jury found Casey not guilty of murder, but she was convicted of misleading law enforcement. The trial caused a media frenzy, with people divided on whether Casey had evaded justice or was wrongly accused. The case sparked debates about the criminal justice system and how the media can influence public opinion. It remains one of the most controversial trials in American history, leaving many to wonder if justice was truly served. People of the State of California v. O.J. Simpson, 1995. You can't talk about controversial court cases without mentioning O.J. Simpson. In 1994, Simpson was accused of murdering his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman in a brutal attack. The case became a media spectacle, and the infamous white Bronco chase that Simpson led police on became a global event. The trial was full of drama, with Simpson's defense team using the famous phrase, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." After a lengthy trial, Simpson was declared not guilty in 1995, despite a lot of public belief that he was guilty. The case became a symbol of how race, celebrity, and the criminal justice system collided. The verdict divided the nation, and it's still a hot topic of debate today. It continues to stir conversation about the complexities of the legal system and its handling of high-profile cases. Chelsea Manning Trial, 2013. In 2010, Chelsea Manning, a U.S. Army intelligence analyst, leaked hundreds of thousands of classified documents to WikiLeaks. These documents exposed critical information about the Iraq and Afghanistan wars and diplomatic cables that embarrassed the U.S. government. Manning was arrested and charged with espionage and theft of government property. She pled guilty to 10 of the 22 charges and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Some saw Manning as a whistleblower, exposing the truth about U.S. military operations, while others viewed her actions as a severe breach of national security. Manning's case sparked a debate about the balance between transparency and security. In 2017, President Obama commuted her sentence after she served 7 years, which further stirred the ongoing controversy surrounding her actions. The case highlighted the risks whistleblowers face when challenging government secrecy. As you can see, court cases have the power to shake the very foundations of society. From the Watergate scandal to the fight for LGBTQ+ rights, these trials changed the course of history and continue to spark debates to this day. Which case do you think had the biggest impact? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking stories from the courtroom. Hit the bell icon to stay up to date with all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.